Hi children, good morning to everybody. Yesterday in the class we have discussed about the rational numbers and the first exercise. Today some more details about rational numbers and the next topic we are going to discuss. So actually yesterday what we have discussed, rational numbers. So actually rational number means we know it is in the form of p by q, in which p and q are integers. Q is not equal to 0. That's what we have discussed. We know very well. But now there is a question. Is it compulsory that all the time all the numbers can be written in the form of p by q? No, it is not possible. Why? Because now suppose I am saying that root 2. This root 2 you cannot write it in the form of p by q. But you may think that we can write by putting 1. When you write root 2 by 1, it is in the form of p by q. But we know rational numbers main condition is this p and q should be integers, right? So if you see root 2 here, it is not an integer. So you cannot write it. So that's why this root 2, it is coming in another category. That's what we are saying as irrational numbers. It is just opposite to rational numbers, right? So let us discuss now the new one, that is irrational numbers. It means the numbers which cannot be written in the form of p by q, in which p and q are integers and q should not be equal to 0. Irrational numbers means what how you can define this one? A number which cannot be written in the form of p by q, in which p, q are integers and q is not equal to 0. So these numbers are called irrational numbers, as I said, like root 2, root 3, root 5, etc. Like this way there are so many irrational numbers are there. Even pi is the best example for irrational numbers. Okay. Yes, I think it's very clear to everybody. The next now about the real numbers. So actually whatever we have discussed now, that is two important numbers we have discussed. One is about the rational numbers and another one is about the irrational numbers. So this collection of rational and irrational numbers are called real numbers. So let us define what is real number and some more points about the real numbers. Real numbers collection of all rational and irrational numbers are called okay children, I think it is very clear. All the rational numbers as well as all the irrational numbers are called real numbers. So here some important points we are going to discuss about the real numbers. Just note down, all of you first write down this point. Some more important points. The first one is, just put the heading note. First one, every real number is represented on the number line. Every real number is represented on the number line. So actually what is the meaning of these statements? Suppose any rational number is given 3 by 4, you can represent it on the number line. Or root 2 is given, so that is also can be represented on the number line. Or in another way you can say, if you take a number line, there are so many points are there. Each point is representing the real number only. Okay. Every point on the number line, every point on the number line represent a unique real number. Yes, here when we draw the line, suppose just imagine we are going to draw the line. This line is made up of so many points. So many points are there, right? So each point is representing the real number only. It may be rational number or it may be irrational numbers. Okay. And another important point. So when we say about the real number is either rational or irrational. The third very important point. Third point, a real number is either rational or irrational. Okay, yes. So next now let us see how to represent some of the numbers on the number line. Okay, like some of the rational numbers especially. Yes, already we know how to represent the irrational numbers on the number line. Now we are going to see how to do it the irrational numbers. For example, like root 2, root 3, root 5. How to do it on the number line. Let us see now. So just let us write down the title. Location of irrational numbers. Location of irrational numbers on the number line. Okay, so here the first one, just see here. Question is example 1. Locate root 2 on the number line. So in this one, just see here we are going to use the Pythagoras theorem to represent it. So let's see now. Just take a line. In that, actually line means here we are going to have one square first in this place, having 1 unit each this way, right? So suppose let us take O here, A, B and C. Since we are going to use the Pythagoras theorem, just join this OB. OB, you join it, and here it is 1 unit. In this place also it is 1 unit, right? So means OA distance we know, AB distance also we know, means we have assumed it as 1 unit. And now we are going to find out what is the distance of this OB. So use the Pythagoras theorem. So all of you might be knowing it, how to use it. In square OABC, right? In the square OABC, we are going to take this right angle triangle. So in the right angle triangle, OAB is a right angle triangle. Is a right angled triangle. Yes, the triangle which you are going to take, that should be right angle triangle. Then only we can use the Pythagoras theorem, right? So here Pythagoras theorem means actually what is the meaning? Hypotenuse square is always equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides, that is base and the other side. So let us write down that hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus base square. Yes. So what is hypotenuse here in this triangle? If you take your hypotenuse is OB. So let us take it as OB square is equal to side square. So side means this one, AB. So AB square plus base. This is the base of this right angle triangle. So that is OA square. So just write down now AB. What is that? AB, the measurement we have assumed it as 1 unit. So let us take it as 1 square plus OA, that is again 1 square. Okay, so 1 square plus 1 square you will get 2. Actually here this OB square is 2, but we want to find out OB only, because in the figure what do we have? OB. So OB is equal to root 2. How this root 2? Because this 2 we are taking to opposite side, means the square. So whenever we take any sign from one side to another side, always we have to change the sign. So here also the same thing. When we take the square to opposite side, it becomes as square root. So we got the value, that is OB is equal to root 2. So here you can represent it, root 2. Okay, done. But actually our question is, locate this root 2 on the number line. Actually we have to find the distance of this OB, but it should be represented on the number line which we have taken here. So further what you have to do, just take compass, keep the needle over here and a pencil over here, and then by taking this OB as the radius, this OB should be the radius. So keep the compass point here and taking OB as the radius, just you have to cut the arc like this way. So from here you have to cut the arc. So when you cut the arc, you can see it will be intersecting somewhere on the number line. So where it is intersecting, there you give the name, suppose D. So this D is called root 2. Okay, this one. So this is the place where root 2 is located on the number line. It means actually what is the meaning? Here this OB and this OD both are equal distance. Because here we are saying this OB is root 2. Same way this OD from O to D, it is root 2. So this is the way of representing the root 2 on the number line. Yes, just note down all of you. Let's move to the next one and let us see how to represent root 3 on the number line. Yes children, let us move to the next one now. Root 3 on the number line. Next example. Yes, so the same steps whatever we have done for root 2, the same only we are going to follow here. What are the steps? First just draw the line. Okay. Now here O, and in this place I am taking it as A, right? OA, and it is 1 unit. Yes. Now what you will do? Again in this from A to perpendicularly you are going to take a distance A to B. That is also should be 1 unit. So B I am taking. Join this one which is 1 unit. And join this OB, right? So we know already in the previous step we have got the answer, that is OB is equal to root 2. OB is equal to root 2 we know. Now the next step, this from here, from point B, you are going to take perpendicularly another line, that is also should be equal to 1 unit. Suppose consider this way you may get 1 unit. Perpendicular, it should be perpendicular, 1 unit. Right? Join this and give the name here. As we are given A, B, and here you can give C, join this OC, right? So now you are going to find out this distance, OC you are going to find out. So let's take again the same steps. In triangle OBC, in the triangle OBC, this is the 90 degree. The side which is opposite to 90 degree is always hypotenuse. That is OC square is equal to OC square is equal to OB square plus BC square, because hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus base square. So that is BC square plus OB square. Yes, so BC we have assumed it as 1 unit. So 1 square. Same way OB already we got in the previous step, that is root 2. So root 2 square. Right, just simplify now. 1 square you will get 1 plus root 2 square. Root 2 into root 2 you will get 2 only. So 2. So which is equal to 3. Means OC square is equal to 3. But actually what we wanted here, OC only we wanted. So OC is equal to root 3. Already told the square when you take to opposite side become as root. So we are getting it as root 3. So you can see this OC is now root. So here just see children, we got the value OC is equal to root 3. That is here OC is equal to root 3, we have denoted it. But actually our main theme is representing this root 3 on the number line. So what you have to do? Just extend this number line, right? Take your compass, keep the needle at O and taking OC as the radius. From here you have to cut the arc like this way. Just you have to cut the arc which will intersect the number line somewhere. So where it is intersecting, there you can give the name D. So here you are getting the number root 3. Okay, it means what is the meaning? From O to D, the value or the distance is equal to root 3. Okay, so I think it's very clear to everybody. So this way we have today learnt how to represent the root 2 and root 3, that is irrational numbers on the number line we have discussed. So by this I am closing the video now. Let's discuss 1.2 in the next video. Thank you to everyone.